so South lovers, how are you all doing? Okay guys, please, I want you to pay great attention so you can advise our sister at the end of this story, right? Okay, this our sister called me and she explained that she has been knacking her husband's younger brother. According to her, she said that the whole thing started when she was newly married into the house. Do you understand? So she said in the husband's family there are 6 girls and 2 boys. That is her husband and the younger brother. Do you understand? So she said that the husband has been living together with the younger brother. So when she came to join the husband where the husband is staying in the city after her traditional marriage and the white wedding, then the husband is selling motor parts, thereby the husband is always traveling to purchase his goods. So she said that anytime, even while the husband is around the city where they are living, if she wants to go to the salon, the husband will be like, Ekene, take my wife to the salon. Do you understand? So the Ekene will be the one to take her to the salon, and Ekene will wait for her. And at the process of Ekene waiting for her, she and Ekene will always joke together. You know, that kind of a thing. They always play together. And you know, the thing is that she's trying to explain to us that the husband wanted, we are not giving her attention, that all the attention she was getting as a married woman was practically coming from the husband's younger brother, Ekene. Do you understand? So she explained also that one of the birthday she had as a newly married wife, the first birthday she had as a wife, that the husband traveled. Do you understand? But the husband promised that he was going to come back before the birthday. But one thing, the husband has to call her and be like, I have to reconfirm my ticket. I'm not going to make it to be there on your birthday, but I'm going to make you happy. Whatever you want on your birthday, you will get. So she said she told the husband where she wanted to go and spend the birthday. And then the husband sent her money and said, you and Ekene can proceed to the location where you want to spend your birthday. So she said she went to that place with the husband younger brother, and then she also went with some of her friends that she wanted to go with. So it was just her herself and her friends. The younger brother of her husband was standing in for her husband. Do you understand? So she said all these things was happening, and then she was bonding with this guy. She was bonding with this guy because she said at the hotel where she celebrated her birthday that she actually slept on the same bed with the Ekene, because after they celebrated their birthday, when she went to go and pay, they found out that it's already late for them to start going back home. Like, she doesn't want Ekene to drive late in the night. So she called the husband, and the husband was like that they should sleep over that place, that they shouldn't take the risk to go back home. They should sleep there and go back in the morning. But unfortunately, it was weekend, so the hotel were fully booked. Only two rooms was empty. So now the her 4 friends has to sleep in one room, and herself and the Ekene had to sleep in one room. And she said that night that they didn't do anything, that they just slept like brother-in-law and sister-in-law. They just slept, they gist and they slept. And she said that the way Ekene used to treat her, that even in front of her husband, she used to jump at Ekene's back. Ekene would be carrying her all over the compound, and the husband would be smiling and all that. But before she knew it, the team left the ordinary brother-in-law thing and began to enter something else. She began to see herself falling in love with her husband's younger brother. Do you understand? So she now said that this thing continues, that even when the husband is around, most times even on Sundays, the husband don't want to go to church because he said the husband is always traveling, and that even when the husband is around, sometimes he comes home very late. Do you understand that it's usually herself and Ekene is the one staying in the husband's shop where they are living. So if when the husband is around, when they closes from work, like when the shop is closed, Ekene usually come back home straight from work, that the husband usually goes somewhere. Is either a business meeting, or there is a container that he's clearing. There is something that the husband must have somewhere to go to after shop. Do you understand that Ekene is always at home? Once Ekene comes back, Ekene will come and turn the semolina for her. After she cooks soup, Ekene will be the one to help her with the semo, with the pap. Ekene will be the one to help her with one or two hard chores, and that, like, they are bonding. She's becoming very used to the Ekene. That, as a matter of fact, she began to forget that it's actually the other Ekene's elder brother that she got married to. That she began to see Ekene as her husband. Do you understand? So she said this thing continues until one fateful day. Do you understand? So she said every Sunday she don't go, the husband doesn't go to church. That she can count how many Sundays her husband has attended church. That most Sundays, even when the man is around, he doesn't go to church. That is either he's still sleeping because he came back late. So it's usually herself and Ekene that always goes to church. Every Sunday, Ekene will be the one to drive her to the church. And people will be like, Ekene, your woman is very beautiful. People didn't even know that she is not Ekene's woman, that she is Ekene's elder brother's wife. That people will be like, Ekene's friend will be telling her, guy, he follows on. Nah, guy, this is your babe, fine. You know, that kind of a thing. So she said that until this last birthday that she celebrated. So she's saying that this thing now, this story she is telling us is happening 5 years ago. This particular one, all this nyama nyama story. Do you understand? So she said the last birthday she celebrated 5 years ago, Ekene and the husband and herself were meant to celebrate because it was a round number. Like she said, she celebrated her 30th birthday 5 years ago. So they planned it. The way they planned it is that all of them, they are going to be around for this because it was supposed to be a big party for her 30th birthday, that her husband promised her it was going to be a big party. So she said a day before the birthday, the husband called her inside their bedroom, and the husband was begging her that please, that is the business trip he must attend, that if he did not go for that trip, that a lot is going to spoil. Do you understand? That he must travel for this trip. So she said she don't know what to do, that she cried and pleaded with the husband that he should not please go, that tomorrow is her birthday. The husband was like, no, I have to go. Like, he said that the travel was unannounced, that there was no sign that the husband was going to travel that night. The next thing, the husband booked a flight and then the husband left. Do you understand? And then the tomorrow that's supposed to be her birthday, the husband was telling Ekene, make sure everything goes well. Honey, if I'm not here, Ekene is here most. Ekene is me. I am Ekene, according to her. She said that is what the husband said. That her husband said Ekene is me and I am Ekene. We are one. If I'm not here, Ekene is here. He will make sure that everything will go. I love you, honey, blah, blah, blah. And the man left. She said even from when herself and Ekene was going to drop the husband in the airport, that she was crying like a baby. She was crying, thinking that her tears could even change, that her tears could not even change anything. She was crying like a baby. Do you understand? She said even when they were coming back, herself and Ekene was coming back from dropping her husband, she was crying. And that is where everything that has happened between herself and Ekene started. She said the way she was crying in the car, Ekene was hurting. Then Ekene has to park somewhere just to console her. At the process of consoling her, she said the way Ekene was cleaning her tears, and then she got emotional. Before she knew it, she started kissing Ekene. The both of them started kissing each other. Do you understand? She said before she knew what was going on, they started kissing each other. That place where they were pecking. And before she realized herself, they have kissed deeply. You know, that kind of kissing, that uncomfortable kissing that you don't know where it's coming from. You just find yourself kissing somebody. It do happen. It do happen. So she said she was kissing the guy. Before, when she got herself, like she became a bit ashamed of herself and something, and then Ekene was like, you know, it's fine, I understand and all that. And then they started going back home. They drove home. Do you understand? And then the party finally came the next day. Ekene ran around to make sure that everything went fine. All her friends that came for the party, everybody was happy. Ekene was, in fact, she said Ekene was everything in that party. Ekene was DJ. Ekene was her husband. Ekene was the servers, in like the waiters. You know, all like Ekene was everything in the party. She said after the party, because they have drunk, she said herself, She don't know if she actually drank because of the anger in her soul, that her husband could not even miss one trip just to stay in her 30th birthday. Do you understand? So she said she actually did that birthday, but she was not happy. She was not happy that had it been she has not planned and the birthday, had it been she has not told people about the birthday, she has not sent out invitations, that she would have cancelled the birthday. Do you understand? But she said she went ahead with the birthday, though deep inside her heart she was not happy. So she said she drank, that even after the birthday, when the friends has gone, that herself and Ekene was still in the sitting room drinking. She said she drank, and then the next thing she found herself doing is making out with Ekene. Do you understand? She made out with her brother-in-law, and before she could even know what is going on around her, it was already in the morning. She only waked up and found that the both of them were lying down stark naked on the floor of the sitting room. She said she cried and cried and cried. Even Ekene himself could not even raise up his face to look at her. That the boy was also ashamed of himself. Herself, she don't know what happened. Do you understand? But then it has happened. No mewo, bu no mewo. Yotago. She said this is how making out with the brother-in-law begin. Every now and then, anytime that the husband is not around, she makes out with the brother-in-law. Do you understand? Anytime, like, she does not even care if the husband is around anymore or not. Like, she don't even feel like making out with the husband anymore. She don't feel the husband, like, you know, she don't miss the husband. She even explained that the husband began to even complain. You know, when she said before that, when the husband is not around, that every minute she's calling the husband. Every minute she's calling the husband. Even sometimes she will be speaking with the husband on the phone, and the husband will be answering another business call with another phone. That is how, like, that is how close. That is how she wants to know what is going on in her husband's life. But she said from then, she can even stay 1 week without talking to the husband, and she will not even remember that she has not called the husband, except if the husband calls. She will not pick the call and be like, hello honey. That the husband started complaining, asking her what is going on. You don't call me as often again. Are you okay? Did I do anything to offend you? She said no, nothing. Because another person has taken the husband's place in her heart. Another person has occupied the husband's place in her heart. She said that this thing continues. That every now and then, in fact, as a matter of fact, she don't even want to see her husband at home again. She don't want to see her husband at home again. Like, I don't understand how to even explain it. She said even when the husband is at home, they feel uncomfortable. Like, it's like her husband is an intruder. Like, their husband is discomforting the home. The man is blocking them. They want the man to go, so they will have their freedom. She said that all the things she has been doing for the husband, like the caring, the calling, the messaging, she channeled it to Ekene. She channeled it that if Ekene usually come back by 6:30 every day when he closed from their shop, that 6:30 on the dot, she has already started calling Ekene. Do you understand that sometimes when the husband is not around, she will tell Ekene not to go to shop, that if the husband asks him, he should tell the husband that he is sick, so that they will stay at home and knack. So she said this is how they have been enjoying their knacking life together. Brother-in-law and sister-in-law enjoying their knacking life. Do you understand? So she said this fateful day, the husband came back from travel, and then they met as husband and wife. Do you understand? Although the meeting didn't come from her heart, she met with the husband, but she practically told me that she did not enjoy it. That she don't enjoy knacking with her husband anymore. That if it's not like her, then she's not enjoying knacking. So, but then she had to submit to her husband because she don't know any excuse to give. Obviously, he stayed 2 weeks out, so you should be happy to see him. So she knocked the husband without knowing that she's already pregnant. Yes, she was already pregnant, but she didn't know. So she knocked her husband when she noticed after 1 month that she's pregnant. Do you understand? At that time, before she put to bed, Ekene was already set free by her brother. So the brother was like, Ekene, you are of age now, so I don't think you should continue living in my house. I need to set you free now. You are not a man. You need to stay on your own, start your own business so you can get married. You know that it's only the two of us that are the men in this family. So you need to get married and start raising your own home. And she said when the husband told her this, she said no, that yes, that Ekene can be set free, but it's not necessary for Ekene to go and look for an apartment, that this whole house is too big, that blah 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 blah, that the husband is not usually around and all that. Do you understand? So that Ekene can be set free, Ekene can be going to have his own business, but let Ekene still be staying with her, because she cannot stay in this big house that the husband is not always around. But the husband refused and said no, that once Ekene is set free, Ekene needs to go and look for an apartment and all that. That the man said he's going to get someone that will be staying with the wife, which the man also got a cleaner, someone that cleans. And this lady was, he said he was an elderly woman, so the woman was sleeping in their boys' quarter, because the husband built a very big mansion in the city where they are living. Do you understand? So Ekene has to go. When he was set free, he left. But then the lady said that she always, like, if she did not go to Ekene house in a week, she goes 3 times to go and knack every week. Even with that pregnancy, she was knacking Ekene. But sincerely, according to her, she said sincerely, she didn't know that that child belongs to Ekene. That she knew she was knacking Ekene with her, that she thought, in fact, not she knew, that she thought she was knacking Ekene with her husband's, her husband pregnancy, something of that nature. She never knew that the knacking was even to the direct owner of the child in her womb. Do you understand? And then she said this thing continues until after 9 months, when she put to bed. Anytime Ekene comes around the house, Ekene will continue asking her that that child doesn't look like her husband, that the child looks so much like the Ekene, which she also confirmed by herself that it was very obvious that the child looked so very well like Ekene. But the husband did not suspect. Do you understand? That the husband was busy saying, even my younger sister, when she put to bed, my younger sister's son looks so much like me. Do you understand that kind of a thing? Because the man don't have any reason to suspect anything. He doesn't have any reason to question why did my son look like my brother instead of me, because this is the same blood. Do you understand? So, and then she said when Ekene continued saying this, but deep inside her heart, she thought that child belongs to the husband. So she said now Ekene continued saying this, and then she began to look at that boy closely, and then she started seeing everything. That, like, in fact, she started seeing Ekene in the boy. That now, she said this thing happened 5 years ago. She said now that this boy is 5 years, that the boy walks like Ekene, the boy speaks like Ekene, like everything about Ekene is that boy. So that anytime Ekene comes around the house, that Ekene used to like play jokingly tell her that that child is mine, and then they will laugh about it, and he will be like, he's not yours, don't be don't be nasty, don't be, because she said she always, even up till now, after 5 years, she's still knacking Ekene, and the husband didn't know. Do you understand? Finally, she said because of the way Ekene used to say this, and now the boy is 5 years, she begin to see everything about Ekene. And now that Ekene is married, so she cannot often go to Ekene's house anymore, because Ekene has a wife at home. And that Ekene has also wrote her, telling her that they need to stop this. Do you understand? That he feels that it's high time they stop this, that she should focus on her marriage. Yes, so that they will not be caught, and that now himself, that is Ekene, is also married, that he wouldn't want to be doing that kind of a thing, that he wants to stop it. Do you understand? Now she decided to secretly go and have a DNA on that boy. So she decided to tell Ekene that, you know what, I think we should run a DNA on this boy. Ekene said, why? He said, no, nothing, I think we should run a DNA on this boy. So Ekene now came, herself, Ekene, and the boy. They did not involve the husband. They went, and behold, the child belongs to Ekene. She cried. She said she cried and she cried and she cried. She don't know what to do. Do you understand? And right now, Ekene is married. And right now, Ekene have told her plain that, you know what, I don't want to continue with this hide and seek game with my brother's wife. I am married now. I want to face my home. Do you understand? So please. So the whole thing has turned against her. The whole thing has turned upside down. Now she is saying that she wants to leave the marriage. That she cannot live under the man's roof. knowing fully well that that child does not belong to the man, that she have two options: to leave the marriage or to tell the man that what has been happening and see if the man still love her enough to continue, because she was practically saying that it's the husband's fault according to her. From what she said, madam, ma please, ma asa, if you look at my story, you will find out that all this was my husband's fault. My husband never had time for me. My husband never gave me attention. He was always traveling and all that. I said, my sister, and it's not even an excuse for you to be sleeping with your brother-in-law. So I told her, my dear, I'm going to just put out your story out there for my fans to advise you. She has two options, my people. She's asking if she should go ahead and let her husband know what has been going on between herself and Ekene, or should she just pack her things, take the boy and vanish without telling her husband anything. It is left for you, because if you ask me, anyway, let me not say that the man will never forgive, because if the man loves her so much, love can do anything. Maybe the man can forgive her and then they will continue from where they stop. Or maybe, as she said, that the man will actually own up to his mistake. Like the man will agree that all the fault came from him, that it was because of his absence and all, and all that. Do you understand? So please, my people, kindly advise our sister. She needs our advice, and also make sure you share this video so that a lot of people has so many things to learn from this video, right? I love you, and I'll definitely see you in my next one. One love, my people. Bye.